vlog. Welcome to Call Me Emma. I'm your host, Emma. This whole vlog is going to be kind of interesting because Arlo is out of town this week, so it will actually be a culmination of 2 weeks of me vlogging for the most part, like a week and a half, but I'm trying not to do too much because I'm not trying to be crazy for Arlo. Today is Thursday, which is the first time I'm filming, which is exciting. I had to take you with me today to celebrate the one and only Gabby Stapula. Gabby Stapula was the dance captain at Back to the Future, the musical. We were in the same dressing room and she's become a dear friend of mine, and it's her birthday and we are gonna celebrate her by line dancing. So I have my Back to the Future shirt on, which you've already seen. I've got my boot, scoot, and boogie earrings on. That one's a hat. And I also have these blue cowgirl boots that I thrifted in New York City. And I'm ready to tear up the town. And I know what you're thinking, Emma, it's freezing outside. Yeah, girl, it's cold in New York City. It's literally like 49 degrees right now and raining. And that makes me angry because it's May. That's okay. I have this very chic sweatshirt to keep me warm. If you're new here, or if you don't know about my Back to the Future history, I was in the ensemble and I played many parts, and my title character, whom I love a lot, her name is Teacher Joyce. She wore a very chic green dress, pin-up little blonde wig, cat eye glasses, and she had one of these. My dear friend, Brendan, who you all know, bestie and roomie, made this and gave it to me. So that's the fit. Also, Caleb and Tori will be joining me. Tori from Boop, who is in the cast, who understudies Jasmine, which is really cool. And then Caleb, who was one of our dressers on Back to the Future and is now a dresser at Death Becomes Her. I was gonna say is a star dresser and then I stuttered over my words. Okay, we have to get out of here. We have to hurry. 2, 3, first and foremost, right. Second of all, that was so much fun. I actually am afraid it may become my personality. We need to bring back social dancing. There was a time, allegedly, social dancing was taught in schools. And I feel like we should bring that back. Can you imagine going to a party where everybody knows like a little step, a little something, and you could just dance along with, or like make up a dance together? I'm not talking kickball, change, turn around, double splits, come up, but I'm talking like, that could be so fun. It was so fun to dance with Gabby to celebrate her for her birthday. Also, we were laughing because if you came earlier in the night, they taught a bunch of the dances, but we got there after our shows, so we were just kind of like picking up what we could. And there were a couple I could not pick up. They were hard. And there was one where it was like really spinny. There would be times I would spin the wrong way and I would catch Tori or Gabby spinning the other way, or like our faces would meet, which doesn't make sense because we should be facing the same way. It was so much fun. It was just so joyous. Gabby, it was like, I love doing things I'm bad at. It's so important and freeing, and like, I feel like it makes you really match with your ego. Like, take a minute to be like, okay, if you're getting frustrated or like in your head about this, like, what is that saying? It's just a two-step. It's just a dance. Then there was one where we learned the steps with a partner in a circle. All of us were partnered up. Each partner was like one in front of the other all the way around the room in a circle. And we would do the dance step and then we would switch partners. And I got to dance with all these strangers, which was so fun. And like, we didn't talk. There was only like 2 8 counts of dance movement. We're just like smiling and making sure we hit the step. And I will be going again. I think it might be my new Thursday night activity. What a blast. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of fan mail things because I set them aside and I wanted to talk about them. This letter is from someone named Hannah Owens. I loved all of the questions on it, and one of them really stuck out to me because I was actually walking with a new friend and we were talking about her journey to wanting to do musical theater, and she was like, there was actually a time that I was just like, I'm not doing it. Like, my confidence was super low. I didn't feel like I could do it. And then some performer that she looked up to inspired her to be like, no, actually, I can do this. And the question that Hannah asked was, can you give some tips for how to grow in your confidence in theater? I get nervous in singing in front of other people and myself. Do you have any tips? I'd love to hear them. I feel like for whatever reason, confidence has been something that has been around in my brain in the last week. And it was something I really wanted to talk about, but I didn't want it to be like, I just suddenly want to talk about this. So I'm really glad you asked. Because I am an actor, I'm very observant of everybody, and especially myself. Why am I a certain way? Why do I talk certain ways? Why do I find certain things funny? Humanity is so fascinating. It's so complex. There's so many layers, from like where we grew up to if we have siblings, when we were born, how you went to high school, if you moved. There's so many things that contribute to our personalities, on top of when you add your talents into that and when you add expectations of outside sources onto what you're supposed to be. There's a lot of layers that can, first of all, make you who you are, and then also make make the journey of being confident in who you are kind of tough. I can't really like pinpoint a time in my life that I was like, I'm going to definitely do this thing, like choose to be a performer, choose to be an actor. Like I remember being like, oh, I love it, so I have to do it. Like that's the only answer. But why? Like why was I didn't waver in that ever. It came down, at least for me, that I feel like I know myself very well. I've always been someone that is super self-reflective. The thing about insecurity is it'll get you. Okay, it'll really get you. It'll dig deep somewhere inside of you and hide in a little corner and then come out and scare you at some point when you least expect it. Confidence has been on my mind a lot lately, and I feel like I want to talk about it because I would say that I'm a pretty confident person, and also I have my own insecurities. I have my own big feelings. As you all know, if you're a watcher of the vlog, you know that I have big feelings. There are times that I'm not confident too. There are times that I'm scared. When I did the Broadway care speech and I was super nervous about saying the right things. In those moments of being uncertain, I think being curious about why is like the next step to being really confident in yourself. Whenever people ask me what's my advice to young performers or people graduating college and like going out into the real world, is community. That's also why I think community is amazing. That's why I think this book is such a big deal, The Outsiders. It's so much about feeling alone and also learning that when you open up to people, the connection that you can build with them can become everything. There are some friendships I have that I'm like, that is my brother. I would die for that person. I would show up for them any day that they needed anything. And that's because I share parts of myself with them. They share parts of themselves with me. I celebrate it. I investigate with them if they're feeling something. Like having the chance to be curious about your feelings and sharing that curiosity with people who love you, who really know you, who want to celebrate you, who light up when you're in a room. That's what's going to grow your confidence. Me and my mom in high school, we became best friends. Like that was my girl, and I feel like we talked about everything, and I think that she helped build up so much of the woman that I am today. And I feel the same way about my dad. Whenever I like grew up and went to college, like I feel like our relationship grew more. It's fascinating how the more that you lean on people and the more that you ask for advice, the more that you put yourself out there and attempt to make relationships that are meaningful, that are more than just, hey, how are you? Good. Okay, bye. Thank you so much. Really deep. Getting to know yourself and getting to love yourself and your insecurities is, I think, what makes confidence so accessible. If you know where your faults are, then you can walk into a room and be like, I know what I'm about, and I also know what I'm not about. And that's okay. And that's amazing. I think that's why confidence in who you are plays a big role in how you show up in an audition room, how you show up for a job interview. If you go into a place where you feel like you're not a great fit and you feel like maybe the material that you're bringing in doesn't best represent you, then yeah, it's gonna be hard to be confident in those things. But if you go into a room with material that you're like, I know this and I'm gonna rock this, and also I'm wearing an outfit that makes me feel amazing, and in the job description it basically was my definition of who I am, like I got this, then there's a freedom. There's a freedom in knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. Confidence is not about being the best, it's about knowing yourself the best. That's been really on my mind. It really has been something that I wanted to talk about on the vlog. I would love to hear, what's your relationship with confidence? Do you feel like you're a confident person? I love the question, do people perceive you as a confident person? People come up to me sometimes and they're like, you seem so confident, and sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. So let me know in the comments, what did you think about my slightly chaotic advice? It's a conversation. I wanted to hear what you guys think about what I said, if it resonates with you, or if you have any other ideas about what does it mean to be confident. Because sometimes confidence can be wrapped into this definition of cocky, and it's like, no, it's not about knowing you're the best. It's about knowing yourself the best. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much to Hannah for that letter and for that question. The last thing I wanted to say is thank you so much to Soph. Soph sent a bag of Trader Joe's gifts, and I'm so thankful that you sent them. We are all snacking on them. We love them so much, and I just want to say thank you so much. Okay, that's it. That's what I have to say for now. See you. I'm going to Beyonce tomorrow, and I feel like you have to come with me, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. For now, goodbye. I also got some really chic fan art tonight. This one, Eliza, you ate that up. Really take that in. These are so good. I love them. 8, 5, 6, 7. Right. Hey, I finished the play. It is 4:37. I am ready to go to Beyonce. And then there's this amazing red jacket that Brendan wore when he went to Beyonce yesterday that he's letting me borrow because it's at MetLife Stadium and it's really cold in New York. Colder than it should be. And the venue is outside. So I'll be wearing this very chic red puffer jacket that says BANG on the back of it. My goal is to hopefully make a 5:30 train from Penn Station, which should be very doable. I'll let you know if it happens, but I'm so excited. I've never seen Beyonce live. I'm such a huge fan. Beyonce, here I come. Right. So you agree. It's really cute. Cuties. Beyonce. Wow, talk about that.
He made it himself.
God, that's really good.
Are you kidding me?
I couldn't bring the camera in. So it's over. We did it. We got merch. We got this thing. And now we're tired.
Feet hurt.
My back hurts, but I'm fulfilled because I saw the God that is above us, among us. Beyonce. Amen. I'm getting my foot measured and drawn for my shoes for the show. So you agree? I am, in fact, the BA to Broadway. Come on. This is why you have to do the hand. See, people don't believe it. See? Boom.
Yeah.
BA to Broadway. Hey. It's Wednesday, our first 2-show Wednesday in our new schedule. And I wanted to yap as I'm getting ready for my show about the last 2 videos. What was I doing? So, in the one with all the shoes, I'm getting custom shoes. Super exciting. So basically the shoes that I normally wear, they don't make them anymore. And so finally we're kind of like, maybe we should just get them customly made. So that place is called T.O. Days. They, as you saw, traced my foot. They took some measurements and they're going to recreate the shoe that the designers love. And they're also going to give it a little bit more support for me on the ankles, and also the shoe, the bottom part, like the sole, is called the shank. And the shank is like really hard. So when I try to point my foot, it's like, so I think hopefully he's gonna give it a little bit of movement so that I'll be able to point my toe a little bit more, which is super exciting. And it just makes it more comfortable for my foot in the shoe for it to have a little bit of movement. So I'm excited. And as you saw on the wall, there were some like icons up there. RuPaul's up there, Mariah Carey's up there. So many like Broadway greats, but also so many just like pop culture greats. I'm so excited. This is a Broadway first for me. I've never had custom shoes for a show. For Chicago, I had a classic pair of Leducas. For Back to the Future, we had a lot of different shoes for all of our different numbers. I had Leducas for the Johnny B. Good dance numbers because the other shoes they had us in gave me horrible blisters, and so I had to try something else. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. But the point is custom shoes. That's so exciting. I feel like Broadway was like all custom shoes all the time, but then as the world evolved and the online shopping evolved, it was just like, oh, we can just have these sneakers here by tomorrow, and then we can, you know, rubber them and put this on, and it's like, boom. But to have a custom shoe that's literally made for dancing 8 shows a week, I fear it's gonna be a game changer. I'm excited, so stay tuned. And then the last thing that I did was a podcast called BA to Broadway. I made a new friend, Brennan. He's a friend of mine who runs this podcast, and it was such a delight to be on, so definitely check it out. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. You know me, you know I love to yap, so okay, now I have to keep getting ready for the day, so see you there. And I fear this is controversially the end of this week's plural of Call Me Emma. I know that Arlo is just getting back, so I don't want to put too much more in this vlog. I saw Beyonce, once in a lifetime experience. Genuinely cannot recommend enough seeing Beyonce once in your life. She is really that girl. And like, mind you, we were far away, and I still felt her brilliance. Go see her either now, or allegedly there's an act 3, right? We had Renaissance, we had Cowboy Carter, and next I heard it's gonna be rock. Do that. Wow, it was a very country episode. We did line dancing with my friend Gabby for her birthday. Then I got fitted for my custom shoes, which I'm so excited about. We also talked a little bit about confidence on this week's episode, and I'm circling back to that because I really want to know what you think. Please, if you haven't already, if you feel inclined, comment down below. Let me know what you think about confidence. What does that mean to you? How do you define it? Or how do you like see it in others? Or how do you see it in yourself? And while you're at it, while you're down there, smash that subscribe button and like this video if you care, if you even care. For the finale of this episode, I'm gonna quickly try this new flavor of Grethers. I got sent it from Grethers. Shout out to Grethers. And it is ginger limon. There she is. We're gonna do it as I have to leave for this final part of the play. Here we go. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.